Hey guys, I wanted to jump on and talk about something that has been really important for me in helping me find results, and that is the nutrition plan that I follow. So I want to talk about why I chose this plan. Probably about a year and a half ago, I made some serious changes to my diet and went paleo for a while. Saw results from that, but I felt really restricted. I felt like I was on a diet. I felt very hungry a lot of the time. And it just wasn't a sustainable option for me. I did that in conjunction with intermittent fasting, which everybody, has heard of intermittent fasting. And with those two things, I did get results, but it was miserable. It was very hard to do, especially in social settings, especially when you have a family and, you're busy and on the go. I felt tired a lot, but, I was seeing the changes in my body. I felt really weak in my workouts. Just a lot of things that I felt like weren't something that I wanted to continue with. So, I was eating healthy, and eventually with that, I plateaued in my weight loss and I wasn't losing any more weight. And I was really confused as to why, because I said, well, I'm eating healthy, and I'm working out hard, why is the weight not coming off? And that was because my portions were off. I felt like because I ate healthy and because I ate healthy things, that was the answer, right? And it was not. I was eating entirely too much. So that's why I decided to jump into Ultimate Portion Fix. That is the container system that I use that helps me with portion control and making sure that I'm getting the proper macros in during the day. So I kind of wanted to go over it with you guys. So as I mentioned before, it is the color-coded containers, and let me show you. Green is pretty good size. I mean, this is the size of my hand, and that is for veggies. Purple, fruits. Red is protein. Yellow is carbs. Blue is healthy fats. Orange is dressings, nuts, and seeds. So here is the workbook that it comes with. It's well loved. It's seen better days, but it gets used a lot. So it gives you the formula to find your plan. Then it will tell you which portion plan you are to follow. David follows portion plan D because his weight is more than mine, and I follow A. So it tells me how many of the containers I get per day. Then it gives really, really good examples of what foods go with each of the containers. So how I do my meal plan for the week. So here, before I go grocery shopping, I will make out a list of what I want to have for the week. And then I portion out my meals. So I'm going to kind of show you that. So at the top here, I have how many of each containers I use per day. And then I kind of factor in which meals are going to go with what, or how many portions are counted out for each meal. So for breakfast, I always have 2 eggs. Eggs are protein. Protein is red. Tally 1. I have sauteed kale, lemon juice, and pine nuts. That's a recipe that I found when I did 3-Day Refresh, which I love. And I've just kept it in the rotation because it's really good and simple. So kale is green. Obviously, it's a veggie. Then lemon juice is a freebie. And your pine nuts are an orange. Because if you go back to your workbook, it has pine nuts is an orange. Okay, so that's breakfast. And then snack, I have my Shakeology, which is protein, so it counts as a red. In my Shakeology, I blend a serving of fruit. Usually I do frozen cherries or half of a frozen banana. So that counts as one of my purples. Teaspoon of peanut butter. It goes with your teaspoons, and spinach, a serving of spinach, which is another green, okay? So then lunch, I'm gonna have cilantro lime grilled chicken, a really good recipe that I found. And obviously the chicken is protein, So it goes here. Garlic roasted Brussels sprouts is a vegetable, and roasted red potatoes is a carb. So you're gonna count that as a yellow. So when you're making and preparing your foods, you wanna count the oils that you're using. So I count for 3 teaspoons of the oils per day, like extra virgin olive oil that you're using to cook the chicken. That would be counted as a teaspoon. So I'm going to count another teaspoon there. And then in the afternoon, I have usually a serving of fruit. So either I have an apple, a small apple, or a serving of strawberries, and that is my second purple, okay? So then for dinner, I found an awesome recipe for crock-pot chicken tacos. So with that, I'm gonna count one of my teaspoons. So that's all your teaspoons. Then the chicken is a protein, and that is your final protein for the day. I make this pico, which is basically tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, onion, cilantro, and lime juice. And then, so I use half of a green for that. So I'll do like half. And then avocado, a serving of avocado is your healthy fats. So if you go over here, you'll see it right there on top, healthy fat. So that counts as a blue. And then for my other half of my green, I make this red cabbage slaw, basically red cabbage, with a few other things, but that counts as the other half of my green. And then the tortilla is my final carb. And so you go through and you make sure that you've got all of your containers. So I have 4 green, 4 red, 2 purple, 2 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 3 teaspoons. That's it. It also comes with this awesome cookbook that goes along with the portions. So if you flip through, for instance, the quinoa breakfast bowl, it gives you the recipe. That's what it looks like, by the way. It gives you the recipe, and it calculates the portions out for the recipe. So if you know you're gonna have this for breakfast, then you would just go to your sheet. There is an app for this, by the way. And then you would tally your portions out and calculate that into your day. But it also has a lot of awesome recipes for lunch, dinner. It even has desserts and cocktails in the back. So here is a Moscow Mule. So there is a vegan meal plan as well that you can use with the portions. It's just a little bit different. Desserts, lots of yummy things. So you can make it really simple like I do. I just kind of use this, that's why I write it down, is because I kind of switch out weeks. So you don't have to do all of your tallying over again. I'll just save this and save these recipes. Breakfast is pretty much always the same. Snacks are pretty much always the same. But lunch and dinner I'll switch out each week, but then find a different week that I've already written out, so I don't have to go through and tally everything again. But then again, you're not always having the same thing every week, you know? So it makes it, you've got a little bit of variety with that. The cookbook's awesome, but you can keep it simple or you can make a little bit more intricate, depends on what you like. But it's really simple to follow. I've been doing it since coming up on a year now. So obviously it's more sustainable than some of the other diets, keto, paleo, and definitely intermittent fasting. So yeah, if you have any questions about anything, just send me a message and I'll be happy to help.